Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 6. I'm Justin Benny. President Trump is now back in Washington after visiting Wisconsin today. We'll hear some of what he had to say about his trip to Kenosha in just a few minutes. But first, students returned to school today in many districts across the Northwoods and central Wisconsin for the first time in more than 5 months. In addition to the standard COVID-19 safety changes, masks and social distancing, administrators have also been contemplating if they should change how they do their active shooter drills this year. And Rhinelander, school officials say they plan to hold the drills, whether it's active shooter, weather, or fire related, classroom by classroom instead of as a whole school, again, to help with social distancing.
We want our students to be able to maintain distance from each other and maintain their own physical health while still practicing those skills that we need them to know.
At the same time, both school and DOJ officials say if a school intrusion was to take place, of course, it's important to focus on physical, immediate safety rather than any potential virus risk.
This is an opportunity in school for learning and also discussing about what you would do. And I think a big part of it is if you talk about it and you learn about it, then if it ever would happen, and hopefully it never happens, you're ready to act.
Wisconsin as a state has faced 8 school shootings since 2009. The Office of School Safety says they'll be closely monitoring any potential threats in the upcoming months as students continue to get readjusted. Well, as students get back to school, many are also getting back to books for the first time in a while. The Rhinelander District Library Friends of the Library held an event today to try to get kids involved with reading in a way that won't hurt your wallet. Newswatch 12 Sierra Whaley has details.
Kids are back in school and nothing looks the same. During the pandemic, the engagement in reading has lowered because of screen time. Library Director Virginia Roberts says in order to keep the youth engaged in reading, the key is to be creative.
School pretty much ended abruptly. A lot of online school took place, and reading isn't always every kid's best thing. It is important to keep them reading, keep them engaged in some sort of learning, even if it's not reading. It could be crafting, building things. Sometimes even video gaming or board gaming can keep their minds engaged on reading. Roberts understands it's hard for the youth to get into reading again, especially during this time. It's very hard on kids. This is not a normal situation. So normal things like reading, it's hard to concentrate. And one thing Roberts emphasized is that we have to make sure the kids know that we're all in this together. Maybe you take a chapter and they take a chapter. If we create a fun environment when it comes to reading time, it won't be so much of a challenge. Teen librarian Alicia Sheffer says parents have a major role in youth reading, and working together can expand both the parent and child's desire to read.
I think it's great for teens to have their parents interested in what they're reading, and then parents too can also help them navigate some of these tougher topics that they'll come across. So I think it's a great way to enjoy the book together, enjoy each other's company, and actually take part in each other's hobbies.
So the library provides comfort in the fact that we are all trying to hold on to normalcy. Pandemic or not, reading hasn't gone anywhere. And with this new chapter we are all beginning, it's okay to take it one page at a time. In Rhinelander, Sierra Whaley, Newswatch 12.
And many kids may have been wearing some warmer clothes to school today than they would have a week or two ago. Meteorologist Jeff Weller's outside in the weather deck with details. Jeff.
Hey, Justin. Yeah, lots of cloud cover today. Held temperatures back a bit. We had highs basically in the 60s today, but don't you worry. Even cooler temperatures are on the way for us next week. But outside now, a mixture of clouds and sunshine. A lot more clouds compared to sunshine. Temperatures, though, are hanging out. So we're in the 60s for much of the region. Even a few 50s in there right now. Here we are on the first day of September. We'll have lows tonight, not as cool as last night, down near 50. There are a couple sprinkles around and lots of cloud cover at that. This will get out of here later on tonight. Tomorrow, look for partly cloudy skies through the afternoon with a bit warmer tomorrow with lots of wind in there too. The forecast then for tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies, a couple of sprinkles around with low temperatures down near 51. Your full forecast is coming up, Justin.
The Northwoods is known as a big summer tourist destination. That's still been the case this year, despite COVID-19. But at hotels in the area, business has been a little more uncertain. Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson shows us how they're adapting.
Business has it's been strange. It's one day it's so busy that we can't understand, and then the next day it just doesn't seem to have anything.
Quality Inn in Rhinelander has had their usual construction workers staying, but more.
They're coming back to stay and they're trying to work longer hours.
Ever since the coronavirus hit the Northwoods, every procedure changed at the hotel.
I believe that has changed tremendously.
Breakfast items are limited. The swimming pool has limited people allowed. The rooms are cleaned more thoroughly and masks are required inside. With every guest coming in with a different exposure, cleaning is more extensive than ever. Housekeepers are not servicing the guests throughout their stay, but during the 48-hour quarantine period between stays of each room, they're hard at work.
After everything is stripped, they go in the rooms with fresh gloves on, clean everything with bleach.
The housekeepers now have to wear special clothes because of the bleach. Even items as simple as the room's pen and paper are cleaned or a one-time use. But what isn't getting even a one-time use is the hotel's banquet center that usually holds dozens of events each year.
We have such a huge banquet center, and it's kind of a shame that all this COVID has really affected the banquet part of it.
Next to all the extra effort the hotel is putting in, their main goal is keeping everybody safe.
We just try to be very careful. We try to be very cautious of everything and try not to expose more than we have to, especially with how many guests and from wherever we see them.
In Rhinelander, Morgan Johnson, Newswatch 12.
Harmony Healthcare IT recently surveyed 2,000 Americans on the topic of telehealth to learn more about their experiences with the healthcare method, if they plan to continue to use virtual medical services even after the COVID-19 pandemic. The study found 71% of respondents said they are fearful to go to a doctor's office right now because of COVID-19. 67% have used telehealth since the pandemic began, with an average of almost 3 televisits per person. That's up from only 46% using telehealth prior to the pandemic.
We wanted to survey people about the topic of telehealth and telemedicine, since a lot of people have turned to these virtual doctor visits, specifically during the COVID-19 pandemic.
We'll have more on telehealth coming up tonight on Newswatch 12 at 10. President Trump was in Wisconsin today visiting Kenosha, the city gripped by violence after Jacob Blake was shot in the back by police, leading to over a week of protests. Jay Gray has the latest.
Kenosha, battered, burned out, and still on edge. President Trump's visit bringing together his supporters and Black Lives Matter protesters as he tours the devastation here.
We're going to work with you. We're going to help you. Okay, we'll help you rebuild.
The wreckage, remnants of protests that turned violent after 29-year-old Jacob Blake was shot 7 times in the back by a Kenosha police officer. With the violence growing, 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse in the crowd and armed allegedly shot and killed 2 protesters and wounded a third, prompting officials to call in additional officers and the National Guard.
Law enforcement has just done such a great job working with the National Guard and working with a lot of people, but we're here to show our support for Kenosha.
As the president sits down with police and first responders, Blake's family hosts a barbecue and block party in his honor in the neighborhood where he was shot.
I'm tired. I'm a labor foreman in the union. I've been hurt.
And determined, urging calm as they push for justice in the case. Their message for the president:
we don't have any words for the orange man. All I ask is that he keep his disrespect, his foul language far away from our family. We need a president that's going to unite our country and take us in a different direction.
After a weekend of peaceful marches, many now fear protests in this small town could change direction.
Absolutely. I'm afraid that Trump's visit here today is going to stoke that violence.
Both sides here amped up and anxious about what comes next.
That's Jay Gray reporting. It's time of year now when allergies are kicking back up across the Northwoods. Let's take a look at the difference between allergies and COVID-19 symptoms. But first, Jeff's here with your full forecast. Next on Newswatch 12.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Mix 96.5.
To fix the economy, we have to get control over the virus. I'm releasing a plan to save lives in the months ahead. We need increased federal support for testing, doubling the number of drive-through testing sites, We absolutely need a clear message from the very top of our federal government that everyone needs to wear a mask in public. Every single frontline worker should have the personal protective equipment that they need to be safe. We need to support schools and child care programs so parents, if and when they can return to work, are confident that their children will be safe and cared for. And finally, we need to protect the populations most at risk, our seniors, vulnerable populations with pre-existing conditions. We need real plans, real guidelines with uniform nationwide standards. It's a simple proposition, folks. We're all in this together. We got to fight this together. We'll emerge from this stronger because we did it together. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
When you call a company other than Maher Water Corporation to service your water treatment system, do you really know what or who you are getting? Many companies just measure you up to do a bang-up job, then charge hundreds of dollars and have you sign service contracts. Maher's technicians are trained to not only service our own water care equipment, but most others as well. So if you don't want just any service tech servicing your water equipment, call us at Maher's today.
In 2016, I voted for Donald Trump. I said, maybe we can give him a try. Are you better off than you were 4 years ago? No. I like Joe Biden. He understands people that are going through bad situations. He's been through quite a few of them himself. There's really no comparison. Trump only cares about himself. Joe Biden cares about the people.
AB PAC is responsible for the content of this ad. It's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event. Time's running out to buy America's best-selling brand with our best deals of the summer, like 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup, plus the Ford Promise. But hurry while selection is best. The Ford Summer Sales Event ends September 7th. Hurry in to get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus the peace of mind of the Ford Promise. See your local Ford dealer today.
Well, there was plenty of sunshine at 7:49 this morning, but that didn't last so long, and then the clouds rolled in and kind of stuck with us all day long today. That held temperatures back as well. We had highs back in the 60s, and then tomorrow it's going to be a stretch to get 70 again. Okay, so looking outside right now, it's currently 61 at the airport in Rhinelander with a south breeze at 3, a dew point of 49, so dry air in place. Remember that here in a second. Over in Wausau, 66 for you, a southeast breeze at 9 and a dew point there of 49. So here we go around the horn. Everyone's having a cool day. The average high still 74, 75. Nobody did that today. From 64 in Wapaka, 63 Iron Mountain, 59 the cold spot in Tomahawk currently. So yeah, one of those kind of raw days right here at first day September. But there are some warmer temperatures on the way, followed by this is going to happen fast. Are you ready? A big cool down. We could spend much of next work week in the 50s with lows in the 30s. It's going to happen pretty quickly around here. Here we go. Tomorrow, you ready? 74. And 68 for us on Thursday, 66 for Friday. Saturday looking good, 72. And then here comes a cold front through Saturday evening. Cooling us off for Sunday. And those are 50s back in the forecast Monday into Tuesday of next week. And most likely sticking around for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at that. Looking outside right now from space, you can see lots of clouds across the state and even a couple of sprinkles in here. Now, this is running into some very dry air at the surface, so it's coming out of the cloud but evaporating before it hits the Earth's surface. You could see a sprinkle. Most of us are not seeing this, but you get the idea. The clouds are thick and there are a couple of sprinkles out there right now. But to the west of us, there's lots of clear skies across the Dakotas. That's mostly going to be our weather for tomorrow, followed by a cold front getting in here, that one right there. That's going to bring us some rain showers late tomorrow night and especially on Thursday morning. We could see a quarter to a half inch rain on Thursday morning. That's going to quickly push through. High pressure will build in for us on Friday into Saturday before some big changes arrive for us then Sunday into Monday in the form of our next cold front, which will really cool us off for next work week. The forecast then for tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies, and yes, there are a couple sprinkles out there with low temperatures down near 51, so not as cool as it was last night with low temperatures last night down near 40, and a south breeze around 5. For tomorrow, okay, so partly cloudy, breezy, warmer. You're going to feel the wind tomorrow. The west wind could gust near 25 to 30 miles per hour, especially through the afternoon with high temperatures near 74. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress shows a very nice day tomorrow, but then we're done with those for a day or two, right? Thursday, a good chance for rain showers on Thursday morning with a high of 68 and lows in the 40s. Friday, we dry out. Saturday, too, followed by our next weather system getting in here on Sunday with a couple of thunderstorms on Sunday, turning into cooler temperatures in the 50s through much, if not all, of next week. Justin?
All right, we'll be right back after the break.
Carpet City.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center and get the toughest flooring in the industry at the lowest prices of the year, where they're in stock and on sale. Rigid Max flooring is extremely durable, low maintenance, waterproof, and easy to install. Come see why builders and designers choose Carpet City Flooring Center for their flooring needs, with the lowest prices guaranteed, where it's in stock and on sale. Request your free estimate today at carpetcitywy.com.
Our prices will floor you.
Keeping your family close together in your home these days are important. Let us remodel your kitchen and bath. Kitchen Bath Mart specializes in complete remodels for the past 35 years. From design to install, we'll take good care of you. Stop in or call us today at Kitchen Bath Mart. We're your #1 choice in kitchen and bath remodeling. Highway 70 East in Arborvitae.
Dreaming about time on the lakes, fishing, pontoon ride on the chain, family fun? No matter what your dream is, Flo has the system to make your dream come true. Hi, I'm Kip with 3 Lakes Docks and Lifts. Flo docks are designed to be attractive, reliable, and simple. Easy to level, install, and use. Flo products save you time for the things that matter the most. Time on the lakes with friends and family. Stop in and let me show you how Flo can make your lake time dream a reality. That's at 3 Lakes Docks and Lifts.
Forest, Oneida, and Vilas counties establish permanent drop-off locations for residents to dispose of unused medications. Unused prescriptions can create public health and safety concerns. If you are looking for an opportunity to dispose of unused medications, please visit one of the established permanent drop-box locations in your community. For more information, contact your local law enforcement department or the Marshfield Clinic Pharmacy in Minocqua. This information is brought to you by the Human Service Center of Forest, Oneida, and Vilas counties.
Your eyes are everything. They're how you see the world and connect with others. At Shopco Optical, your eyes are everything to us too, which is why we offer everything to help you see better and look better. A huge selection of designer frames, convenient locations, and experienced optometrists. We're Shopco Optical. You'll see. Right now, get 40% off frames with any lens purchase.
Live from Universal Studios,
OMG.
summer's #1 show soars to new heights. The Got Talent quarterfinals live tonight on NBC.
Look out! I'm not going to let you die here.
He saved everyone in that restaurant before saving himself.
Can you breathe?
He saved my life. He's one of you now.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Northwoods Furniture, Eagle River.
One of the issues with COVID-19 has been separating its symptoms from those of other illnesses or even allergies. Local allergy experts say as the Northwoods now enters its 3rd stage of the pollen cycle, fall allergies are coming into full swing. But they say there is one big difference between COVID-19 and your regular allergies.
Is fever. So allergies alone shouldn't be causing fevers, but certainly viral infections, including COVID, that would be one symptom that would be important to use to kind of try to differentiate the two.
Experts say certain COVID symptoms like coughing and shortness of breath may be more common now because of allergies. Hostetler says the only way to be sure is to get tested. Rhinelander City Council has approved a request for proposals to conduct a housing needs assessment in the city. That assessment's expected to wrap up early next year, provide some much needed data for the city. Real estate experts say COVID-19 slowed down sales a bit for the earlier part of the year, but things are red hot this summer. Assistant to the mayor, Zach Zruwink, says the existing opportunity zone in Rhinelander isn't enough to attract developers. It only covers part of the city.
The housing needs assessment will ultimately give the city a set of actionable items that it can either take on its own or present to developers who might be looking to make investments in the housing market in the Rhinelander community.
That could include additional tax incentives, purchasing land, or a variety of options to attract builders to the region. Drewing says there are some programs in place now that Rhinelander residents can take advantage of, like a loan program for home improvements.
It's not a full-on subsidy grant, but it's a 0% loan that ultimately gets deferred until the property is sold.
The city hopes to make use of a combination of federal, state, and private options to help with housing costs and options. Until the assessment is final, however, city leadership will be continuing to look for opportunities to support affordable housing in the region. We're back with a final look at your forecast on a cloudy day across the North Woods. Details coming up.
She's got 2 kids and 2 jobs. But tonight she may not make it home. Every woman has a right to self-defense, a gun for protection. But Joe Biden would take her rights away. For decades, Joe Biden has opposed your gun rights. Now Biden wants to cut police funding. In this election, self-defense is on the line. Defend your family. Defeat Joe Biden. The NRA Victory Fund, Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Check it out. You'd be crazy to do this drunk.
But even crazier to do that drunk.
Drive sober on your wheels. And we mean all your wheels.
Can you hear it? It's the sound of hope. And health. And strength. It's the sound of compassion. Of open doors. Where people and machines are in tune and miracles occur. It's the sound of personalized healthcare and active communities. It sounds like life, and it's what you hear when you really listen. Listening to you, caring for you. We are Ascension.
Now is the best time to get a new bath or shower with Tundraland. Get 60% off installation, a free frameless shower door, and pay nothing for 2 full years. Lots of styles to choose from, and Team Tundraland will complete your project in just 1 day. You deserve a safe and beautiful shower. Get 60% off installation, a free frameless shower door, and pay nothing for 2 full years. Call 1-800-TUNDRALAND or visit tundraland.com today.
800-TUNDRALAND. Tundraland.com.
Hi, I'm Maria Seefeld with Miracle-Ear of Marshfield. If you're struggling hearing your favorite news or TV shows, please stop in and see me for a free hearing test.
Jeff, what a difference a few days makes in the weather department. It's like we have turned a corner.
Yes, and it's September 1st. How did that happen? True. So, the average high temperature today is 74, but by the end of the month, it's 60.
That's a big change.
Things happen quickly, and all the long-range guidance now is kind of suggesting that next work week, we could spend the entire week in the 50s.
With highs.
For highs, with some lows in the 30s, so it's going to happen quickly, people. If you're ready, if you just moved here from someplace warm, it gets cold around here. Here we go. Let's go outside now. So show you the radar and satellite picture. Yeah, lots of cloud cover across the area now, even a couple sprinkles, but like I said earlier, it's falling into some very dry air at the surface, so this looks a lot worse than it really is. There's even a few breaks in the clouds across western Wisconsin now. A couple of us could see those as the sun is setting. That's going to be a magical sunset for a few of you. Temperatures, though, are hanging out in the 60s, even a couple 50s out there right now. And tomorrow, though, is going to be the warm day out of the bunch. So here we go tomorrow. 74, but windy tomorrow. Hang on to your hat. It's going to be a wind gust near 30 miles per hour through the afternoon. A good chance for rain showers early on Thursday. Dry but cool Friday, followed by a cold front Sunday. That's going to really cool us off through much, if not all, of next
For
week.
a few days, though, it's nice. It's just cooler.
It feels like fall. Here we are. It's
Fall's
a little bit early.
great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 6. We'll see you back here tonight at 10 with more.